Greetings, my name is Christy, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about myself, Ehlers Danlos Syndrome and Mast Cell Activation Syndrome, two conditions that I struggle with, and how they affect my life and the way that I could really use some help from you. So, my name is Christy, nice to meet you, and I was a PE and health teacher for about 6 years. I taught in prison for kids, and I taught in juvenile detention, and I taught in treatment centers. I was hit in the head on 2 separate occasions while teaching, and the second head injury, a traumatic brain injury, required me to go into treatment at, I went to 3 different neurologists and brain treatment centers. I ended up at the Cantu Concussion Center. Basically, I went through treatment, and about a year after the head injury, I was told that my body was experiencing some symptoms that I just had never experienced before, and I saw a specialist. Eventually I was referred to a geneticist, and I was told that I have Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. More recently, my doctor believes I have Mast Cell Activation Syndrome. So let me tell you about Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. Ehlers Danlos Syndrome is a connective tissue disorder. What that means is it is a disorder that is caused by the weakness of connective tissue in the body. So your joints are held together by ligaments. You have muscles attached to bones so that you can move. Those are tendons. And so your joints are held together, your body is held together, your organs are held together, everything is held together by connective tissue. So I was being told that my genes, my genetics, have changed in such a way, or somehow it was there but it wasn't expressing itself, that I have faulty connective tissue, that my body doesn't make connective tissue well. I started experiencing subluxations, which are the joints sliding out of place chronically. I started experiencing dislocations, and that's probably the biggest issue in my life right now is subluxations and dislocations. I have braces, I have tape that I use to kind of just hold my body together. All over the place I have tape. I have to take specific supplements that help my body to absorb better, a ton of supplements. I have to wear certain inserts for my shoes. I have to have certain stability devices for my back, for my chair, for my bed. All these things because of Ehlers Danlos Syndrome. It affects literally everything from your stomach to your heart to your joints, teeth, everything. Then I was also diagnosed, or I'm being diagnosed with Mast Cell Activation Syndrome. It's kind of a process, but I started experiencing allergies to all kinds of things. I have air purifiers in every room. I change the filters out constantly. All of these things due to these 2 disorders. Most recently, my current need that insurance will not cover is a vehicle. I need a vehicle that I can drive. I had to get rid of my car because I couldn't drive it anymore, and I was driving in a friend's vehicle. It was a van, and I had a little pain, but no subluxations. Nothing was popping out of place. And I thought I wasn't going to be able to drive anymore, and here I am in your vehicle with very little pain. And so I was able to lease a van for a short period of time, and it was magic. I could drive, and it was also secondarily a place for me to sleep. I have chronic fatigue, and in the summertime my joints sublux when the AC is on. I don't know why that is, but it happens. So it was a place for me to sleep when it was too hot and the AC was on. I could roll the windows down and sleep in the van, and I wouldn't have my joints subluxing. Also, if I was having an allergic reaction, I could go take a nap in the van. I kept it immaculate, no allergens, and I could just go to sleep in there. I don't have a van anymore, and I can't afford one, but I really need one, because without it, I'm not able to sleep in a place that's safe for my body, so I'm waking up with tons of pain. I have all these sprains that take forever to heal, and it just, the dysfunction and the pain is insane without a van. Also, there are not a lot of vehicles I can drive in without pain. And the van that I had was very new, so it's important to have a newer vehicle, and it had great suspension, great shocks. It was a bigger vehicle. It absorbed road bumps better. It was just excellent. So I need a vehicle so that I have something I can drive without popping out joints, and a place that I can sleep where it's going to be safe for my body, and where that includes not just my joints, but all of these allergens that I experience. So that's what I'm asking for, is for help to buy a vehicle. You need to know that that is a medically necessary expense that is not covered by insurance. So all of the devices that I use, the supplements, I pay for on a part-time teacher's salary. I have a registered disability. I don't collect disability payments or anything, but it is a recognized disability, and that gives me the ability to go to the doctor to get health insurance working part-time, but it doesn't cover all these expenses. And so I can't afford to buy a vehicle on my income. I can't work more hours to raise the money because of all the medical issues I have. The only thing I can do is ask for help. So I'm asking you for help to help me get a vehicle that I can drive in, sleep in when necessary, etc. This vehicle is about $40-something thousand. The organization Help Hope Lives, they take 3% off the top, and then there's apparently another 2.65% that's taken off for the credit card companies, I was just told. So I have to raise a little more, because the more money you're raising, the more money is going to be coming out. If you have any questions about Ehlers Danlos Syndrome, what I experience, why I have this need, please reach out. If I wasn't experiencing this, I'd be like, what? Like, this doesn't make sense. You ran the Boston Marathon 6 years ago, and now you can't give me a high five or a hug. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't fully understand it, but it is genetic. It was diagnosed by a geneticist. It was activated by the head injury, and I literally need tape to hold my body together now. And so I need this van. And I'm happy to answer questions, because I know it's weird, it's confusing, it's different. But it's real, and you should know that every campaign on Help Hope Live is verified by at least one doctor. You have to have your doctor sign off that you have the condition, and you have to have another doctor write, here's something that this person might need that is not covered, in order to campaign for funds. So you need to know I've had 2 medical specialists, my geneticist and my primary care doctor, both say, yes, Christy needs a van, and she needs help getting the money to buy the van. And so there is that financial transparency there. But please, again, ask me any questions that you need to ask. I'm here, and I'm very grateful for any help that you can give, especially with the economy like it is. I know that it's made it harder for me, and I'm sure it's made it harder for a lot of other people too. So it makes me all the more grateful when people do give. It means a lot. Thank you so much.